What is going on, guys? It is Daniel Wright, and you are here listening to another episode of Paving the Way, and I thank you for joining us this morning. As you can see, the view looks a little bit different today because I have my wife, Kelsey, joining me on the podcast as my first guest for you guys. So the reason we wanted to do this, and as you can see by the title of today's show, is we have a special announcement. No, grandparents, don't get all excited. It's nothing about that. We wouldn't do that on the podcast. But what we are announcing is as of September 4th, a couple of weeks ago, Kelsey has officially joined the company full time. So I wanted to put this out here for you guys as kind of an announcement, a little opportunity to get to know her, get to know us, and kind of where we came from, where we're at, and where we're looking to go together. So, Kelsey.
Yes.
What is it that made you want to leave your career in nursing?
Yes.
And jump on the
Proline
bandwagon? Yeah, the bandwagon full time.
I mean, I guess it's a lot of things. I mean, we've been talking about it for many years, but I don't think we were just financially ready there or emotionally there yet. Me and you by yourself were just, as a company, developed enough that it would be a wise decision for me to leave. I don't think that Proline needed me yet. And I think with just things that are coming down the pipeline, as you like to say, it sparked a conversation that things needed to be developed or changed or improved. And I have some expertise in some areas and a lot of learning in other areas that could be helped in that. Yep. So that was 2 months ago, I think we talked about that. The conversation actually started coming up of, hey, you could be beneficial here or there, and really just started talking about it and thought it was a good idea at the time. Yeah. I mean, it's still a good idea, but it was just more of a, all right, let's go. Yep. I think nursing wise, I still love it. I was just a little bored in my current position or my past position now, but at the time I was just a little, we need some change.
Yeah, because I remember you would always talk to me about, you loved what you got to do in the nursing career, just like I loved what I got to do as a fireman and things like that. But it wasn't exactly giving us that oomph, that thing that we needed to keep pushing us and driving us day in and day out. Yeah. So. And like you said, there were some things that we've got some stuff coming down the line that is just going to need a lot more back-end support, organization, administrative help, things like that. So
it's more attention.
Yeah. That we haven't had the ability to offer. We haven't had the bandwidth to give these things that attention. So with your experience in the documentation of things, with outlining policies, procedures, safety things, whatever it may be, you bring a lot of that to the table, I feel like, as well as the passion for the company. Yeah. At the end of the day, you being my wife, this company now is the sole provider of our of our finances. Yeah. So we literally eat and live and everything based off of what this company provides for us. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes a lot of people don't really understand that, especially because you have big companies that you don't really think about, people who own Walmart or Target or, big restaurant chains, things like that. You don't really think about the people who own it and it provides for their life. But as a small business, especially, this isn't just we just stumbled upon this $10 million a year company. We're building this thing day in and day out. Yeah. So the passion and the buy-in, the need to have the buy-in, I think is super important. And that's going to bring a lot of that just drive to the table.
Oh, yeah.
So one of the questions I would like to know from you, as well as I think all of our viewers would like to know from you, is what has it been like since August of 2016 when we first got into this company? What was your thoughts on jumping into this? And what is it just a general recap of what the last, 6 years, 7 years? to now?
23.
Yeah.
A roller coaster. No, it really hasn't. And I guess I'm not here or haven't been until now in the day in and out kind of things. You always just say to me when you come home from work is you just think I sit behind a computer and do nothing all day. No, but No, I mean, you've said it before that when you first decided to get Proline, you brought it to me and I was like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? Is this a good decision? I just started nursing school I was just starting nursing school and just trying to see if it was a good decision. And obviously it ended up being a wise decision for me and you. But I mean, just each phase, I mean, getting new equipment, getting new services, getting different buildings, going from a small shed to a shop to a larger shop, and just the growth. I mean, it's risky, and I guess I just have a lot of trust in you.
Well, like I always tell you, we haven't missed a meal yet.
Yeah.
We haven't missed a mortgage payment yet. Like, we've been able to figure it out. Whether it was from early on with me working 4 jobs while you're in nursing school, and then slowly kind of progressing out of that into doing this full time, and now you're here. So yeah, it's something that I think, because we've obviously talked to a few people about it, our family members, things like that. I think we've gotten overall pretty good support from it. We've had a few people who kind of respond with, oh, so that's what you're doing, huh? You're actually going to do that, huh?
Guys want to be around each other 24/7, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. But I will say, with our backgrounds, both individually, your dad, self-employed, had his own company your whole life. From my understanding, it's not always been a family kind of business. You and your sisters would go out to the job sites and help kind of clean things up or whatever. But it wasn't like a husband and wife duo of running an organization.
No.
But you've come from the entrepreneurial background, so I think you got that going for you. And then, fortunately for my background, with my grandparents, that I would say that we both look up to and respect and admire what they've done. They had, 25 years of being married and working together. So I think that we have some of that background that we can kind of fall on to make sure that we're getting guidance and advice and support from the people who've done it.
Yeah.
So if you were to say, I guess, what's something that you're most excited about with coming on board here?
Doing it together.
Why?
Sorry. No, I just think it'd be cool. We're not having kids never say never, but from what we're planning so far, we're not having kids. So this will be our baby and something that we do together. So I think it'd be cool seeing, I wasn't here for the beginning part, but just to push it that next step, to actually see what Proline can actually do with me and you putting balls to the wall, just going at it, just everything that we can to make Proline what it is. I think it'd be really cool 10, 20 years down the road and be like, shit, we did that. Yep. That'd be really cool.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I think I agree with that. That's one of my most exciting things. So on the flip side of that, though, what's one of the biggest things that you're most nervous about with coming on board here full time?
We're still developing it, but just communication between me and you. Perceiving just even a simple statement could mean, we've talked about that, it means something completely different. I'm meaning this, but what you're telling me right now, or the way the attitudes, or just the way your body language, I'm perceiving that completely different. So it's just fine-tuning our communication and making sure we're just being honest and blunt of what I'm trying to say and just take it at face value of that. But that's the hardest thing, I think.
I'd agree. Yeah, communication is definitely the biggest thing, not just in business, but also in marriage and things like that. That's something I feel like we've always put a lot of effort into making sure we are communicating as effectively as possible.
Try.
Because, there's people out there that they're in the exact same situation that you and I are, or were in, or will be in, right? So I think this is going to be one of those things, and I don't think we're having you plan on coming on every show going forward, but every now and then, I think it'll be fun to just kind of touch on where we're at, where we're going, because the whole point of this show, the whole point of this podcast is to literally pave the way for other people to build the life they dream of.
Yeah.
So whether that's the small business owner, whether that's the individual in their company that's trying to build to be a leader and build a team around them, or whether it's the husband and wife that are saying, hey, let's just figure this shit out and do it together. And build something we can be proud of. So I look forward to getting you on every now and then. I know it's been freaking yanking you in here, but I look forward to getting you on every now and then to kind of give some updates on where we're at, what we've learned, where we're going, so on and so forth. So, but guys, like I said, I just wanted to put this out here and make sure that you guys are on the same page and understanding where we're at in this journey. I say all the time, I like to keep stuff real with you guys, actually where we're at, what we're doing, where we're going. So that way one day when you look back at this 5 years down the road, when we look back at it 5 years down the road, we can be like, dang, back in September of 2023 is when we made that big jump and we were just a couple of crazy freaking people that had no idea what we're doing.
Look at those babies.
That's right. So guys, I thank you guys for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday. Like I said, it's been a busy weekend and we just got a lot more coming down the line for you. So thank you guys. Have a good one. Let me know if you need anything.